Hey everybody, my name is Chris Lambert, and this is the Kanye West News Roundup for Thursday, June 7th into Friday, June 8th, presented by Watching the Throne, a lyrical analysis of Kanye West, the #1 Kanye West podcast. And today's special because Kids See Ghosts just came out. And this is the initial reaction to Kids See Ghost, going over a few of the details of the album. And it's exciting on the one hand, right? Like, we finally have the long-awaited Kanye Cudi album. And I know there was hype to begin with, but after how successful Daytona was, and, you know, Ye got mixed reactions, but I think it's going to have an 808s and Yeezus kind of arc, where initially people are like, wait, what? But then each year that passes, people are going to understand it more, get it more, connect with it more. 5 years from now, it's going to be looked at as just as much of a classic as everything else. But Kids See Ghost was getting even more hype just from the production that we're hearing on both of those albums, and I don't think it disappointed. Shit is crazy. And where Ye gave us a lot of bars, verses, layers of thought and emotion that some people don't quite click with right away, but as the album narrative starts to be deconstructed, I think people will. But Kids See Ghosts, on the first 2 listens through the live stream, I don't think has that same layering necessarily. Like, the emotion that you're supposed to get from it is just very positive throughout. I've been talking about it as kind of a yin and yang with 808s and Heartbreak, to where you have that album for the negative vibe. If you're feeling down and you just need something to connect to and have that mood, 808s is there for you. But when you're ready to come up, you have Kids See Ghosts right there for you that's going to pick you up in a major way. And just as Cudi continues on that album to repeat a lot of phrases over and over again, they really become anthemic. Like, just something that you get in your head and you're like, yes, I will keep going. Like, I do feel better. Like, here we go. It really, there's something cathartic and beautiful about that. And I don't know how often albums are supposed to be inspirational, but I feel like this is one that a lot of people, and, you know, I feel a lot of people use Kanye and Cudi music in general as a pick-me-up, as something when they're feeling down to feel connected to something outside of whatever is bringing them down. And this album is that for them. I think it's something special for them in that way, and I think it's going to be something special for us for those times. We're all going to have a time where Kids See Ghosts is exactly what we need to hear. So before getting into some of the more connections, getting into some connections on the album, the merch is available. Get it while you can. I was kind of torn. You know, I bought Wyoming merch, and while I love the Kids See Ghost art, it's so fucking nice. I don't like images that are on the back of shirts, right? Like, that's why on our shirts, got the image right there on the chest. But I still had to cop, though. Like, you can't not cop. But if you want the Ye CD, which this is, we did get the Life of Pablo CD, and he said CDs are dead. So I'm glad to see that he's changed his mind and has gone back to offering a CD for Ye. You can also get vinyl, so hop on to shop.kanyewest.com and get those now if you're looking for those. And then a little bit about Kids See Ghosts. There was speculation about whether or not this album would connect with Ye in some way, especially when it came out that Ghost Town was initially, well, Ghost Town's on Ye, but Ghost Town was a song that inspired the project of Kids See Ghosts, and it was specifically that outro about feeling free, not feeling pain anymore, feeling like a kid again, that got this whole thing started. And when the dry erase boards came out that showed the track listing for each of the albums Kanye was working on, we saw that Ghost Town was on Kids See Ghosts. So when it ended up appearing on Ye, the speculation started. Is that just, you know, happenstance, just a song that could have been there but can be there, no connection? Or was that to foreshadow or set up a thematic connection between the two albums? And you can already see that one track stands out as potentially having a connection between the albums. And when you look in the lyrics, yeah, I don't feel pain anymore. Guess what, baby? I feel free. Scoop. We get the scoop coming back. Ah, Kanye, you son of a bitch. You can see in the outro, which Shake's verse here was initially a reference track. So they had the lyrics in place, but we're just trying to figure out who would say them. And it was going to be Kanye that sang them before they ended up using Shake again. Once again, I'm a child. I let it all go. And nothing hurts anymore. I feel kind of free. We're still the kids we used to be. And that discrepancy between I feel kind of free there versus I feel free here, you know, it might seem small. Like, was that intentional? Yeah, I think, yeah. I feel fairly confident in a yes there. Ye as an album is supposed to be Kanye figuring himself out and coming to terms with himself. That he realizes there's a part of him that's like absurd in a way that scares him, that can be too intense, that causes issues, and he's trying to get a grip of that. But then also on I Thought About Killing You, there's a nuance of not just him dealing with being bipolar, but also him dealing with having become something through celebrity that he doesn't want to be anymore. And we've seen that journey on his discography. It first gets started a little bit on Late Registration with songs like Gold Digger and Roses and Drive Slow, Crack Music, where you get this tension between celebrity and little moments of like celebrity can go wrong. Graduation escalates that to the ego starts to come into the picture. Like Late Registration doesn't have a lot of the ego we come to associate with later Kanye albums, but Graduation absolutely does. And it starts off very innocent, right? Before really ramping up to Everything I Am, Can't Tell Me Nothing, Barry Bonds, Drunken Hot Girls, Flashing Lights, The Glory, all so ego-driven. Then we get 808s, which is this breakdown, followed then by the ramping up of the ego after Power. Monster, So Appalled, Runaway, Hell of a Life, into Yeezus, into the first parts of The Life of Pablo. Even Cruel Summer and Watch the Throne end up being kind of these demonstrations of celebrity worth and wealth and bragging that it seems Kanye really was struggling with internally, as we see on Yeezus and on Life of Pablo, and that it's something that he wanted to kill on Ye. And it's something that he does start to get away from. He needs to get back to feeling like a kid, no longer this celebrity that's supposed to indulge in shit the way that he does on Yikes and All Mine, right? And that idea of getting back to a kid finally comes to fruition on this album. And it's just so funny that Ye is about that understanding of self and that grasping of self and that return to self. And here this song opens with a sample of Knowledge of Yourself. May I say something to you to give you a true knowledge of yourself and life. Man in the full knowledge of himself is a superb and supreme creature of creation. When man becomes a possessor of the knowledge of himself, he becomes master of his environment. I think pretty telling, especially that he had underscored Ye as spiritual awakening. And this album deals so much with the spirit and a positive soul, especially getting into that last track of Stay Strong. There's a lot of, yeah. Oh God, it's so good. Lord, shine your light on me, save me, please. Lord, shine your light on me, save me, please. Stay strong. Like, it's a beautiful outro. I might be jumping the gun, but might be one of the best outros of Kanye's career, and is going to be something that people talk about for a long time in terms of just how fucking pretty it is. But I feel free then, where Ghost Town is the starting to reach this point of feeling freedom and starting to understand yourself, which is what happens on Violent Crimes. He comes to this epiphany about what he's done wrong and what he needs to do, and it's very much this understanding that he didn't have before, and that's the growth that happens on Ye. Kids See Ghosts then is the freedom that comes with that mastering of self, or at least that understanding of self, and just that expression of feeling love and feeling connected to something more and being happy. That's what that's about. So it's almost like the one album is very verbal and very much like in that front part of the brain, thinking through things and trying to put pieces together. And Kids See Ghosts is then the emotional breakthrough. Like, it's a logical breakthrough followed by the emotional breakthrough. This is much more a mood, much more a vibe, way less words overall, I think. A lot more music and letting things just kind of linger and float. So that's really cool. I'm really happy with it. I'm looking forward to listening to it a bunch more. First listen, I tend to always just be like, wait, what? Did I like that? Am I gonna like that? And then second listen, I was just like, holy shit, that's so good, that's so good, that's so good. Yeah, so tomorrow, which, I mean, today, in like 10 hours, Travis and I are going to be recording our overview episode for Kids See Ghosts, which a same-day album release narrative and thematic analysis is going to be interesting. But it's our pre-analysis, analysis, and overview and hypotheses about things. But every Friday for the next 7 weeks is going to be narrative and thematic deconstructions of individual songs. So next Friday, we're going to be doing Feel the Love. The Friday after that, Heaven Lift Me Up. And every Tuesday is a narrative and thematic deconstruction of a track from Ye. So that means Tuesday you're getting I Thought About Killing You, and Friday you're getting Feel the Love, which is just a nice 1-2 punch, right? And I guess that's it for this. Short and sweet. I don't think that this is going to be as layered or nuanced or complicated as Ye is. And I think that's kind of the point of this. This is just supposed to be felt and kind of a victory lap for both Kanye and Cudi, having worked through the shit that they had to work through to reach the point where they could make these albums. And I think as fans, we're excited to see them reach this point. And just want to reiterate again that this is the best album art that I've ever seen, and I can't wait to have a poster of it hanging behind me or some shit, because that is gorgeous. Yeah, that's it. Tune into the podcast. Get yourself some merch from there, or if you want one of these shirts, you can go to watchingthethrone.com. We have that and a Hold My Liquor shirt. The Yeezus book comes out in just over a week. That's a book that we put together with The Most Unruly, Martin Connor from Rap Analysis, and it's a narrative, thematic, and sonic deconstruction of Yeezus. Coffee table book mixed with the book of scholarship, so you're getting a lot of like cool artistic pages inside of the book rather than just like boring like black text on white pages. It's going to be really cool, and I absolutely 100% guarantee you'll never listen to Yeezus the same way again after reading this book. Never again. Okay, that's all that I got. Check out the podcast. Keep watching these videos. If you have specific questions about Kids See Ghosts, let me know. Leave a comment on here, and I'll get back to them on Monday with that video. And if you can subscribe, that would be great. We're trying to reach that 1,000 threshold that you need to monetize. And we've crossed 400. Thank you all that have subscribed so far. That's been very helpful. And yeah. Whew. Cool. We got another Kanye album, and next week is a fucking Nas album. Like, we already got the best Pusha album. We already got a great Kanye album, an amazing Kanye Cudi album, and next week we're getting fucking Kanye and Nas. Shit's gonna be wild. Shit's gonna be wild. Okay. Until then, see ya.